Well, we've come to the last position group, and that is the secondary for Michigan football. And I think it's probably the best position group of the entire team. Okay, so we went over the offense: quarterback, wide receiver, running back, tight end, offensive line. You can click on the playlist that I'll put right here to go watch all of those different position group videos. But today, I think is the best one. I've also done the defensive line and linebackers recently. So, before the spring game commences on Saturday, we're talking secondary. And I might throw in special teams here at the end of this video, but this secondary has to be one of the best in the nation, and I will elaborate. Zeke Berry is a cornerback for Michigan. He's coming back. He's going to be a graduate. He's 5'11", 196. He had 33 tackles last season, 10 pass breakups, and 1 interception. In limited time, we had other secondary players. So, Jair Hill is going to be 6'2" as a cornerback as well. 190 pounds. He's going to be a senior, so upperclassmen return there at corner. 36 tackles, a sack, 5 pass breakups, and an interception for Jair Hill. Shamari Earls, a former number 9 cornerback out of high school in the nation, played 6 games as a freshman last year for Michigan. He should make an elite step up. 6'2", 205 pounds. He's going to be a sophomore this year. Jordan Young is a 6 foot, 195 pound cornerback. He's going to be a sophomore, but he had 15 tackles, 3 pass breakups as a freshman. And so I'm not worried about cornerback going in because we have depth, and Gennaro Guilford is the cornerback coach, and boy is he happy right now because he has 4 of the best players in the nation at his position. So let's move on. An amazing nickelback is coming in Smith Snowden, 5'10", 180-pound senior from Utah, coming in with head coach Kyle Whittingham, playing for Jay Hill's defense here. The front 7 is going to be amazing. The linebackers are promising, and this secondary is elite. I love this defense. So 37 tackles for Smith Snowden last year, 9 pass breakups, and 2 interceptions. Now let's talk about the safety position, who's headed up by Tyler Stockton, a former defensive coordinator at Boise State. So another West Coast coach that Kyle Whittingham poached. But we're all waiting for Rod Moore to return to his glorious self after his injury, right? Rod Moore is a 6 foot, 198-pound graduate that won a national championship here at Michigan. He is still held over from that era. That year, he went for 38 tackles, 3 pass breakups, and 2 interceptions before he got hurt. But the year before that, he had 71 tackles and 4 interceptions. This guy is electric. He's amazing. We're all waiting for him to get healthy again, and why not? Why couldn't he be this year? We've held him. Every precaution has been met for this, I wanted to say young guy, but upperclassman. He's going to be a graduate. All right. Curtis Mason, the Spider, is what I've heard him called. 6'5", that's why. He's got length. 211 pounds. He's going to be a junior. He had 19 tackles, a sack, and an interception last year from Michigan. Chris Bracey, a 6'1", 195-pound senior, comes in from Memphis in the transfer portal. 81 tackles and an interception for Memphis last year. So he knows where he needs to be. He gets the tackles. Jacob Oden, 6'1", 205 pounds. He's going to be a junior. He played in 10 games and had an interception last year with Washington as he transfers into Michigan now. Kanoa Winston, a former number 10 safety in the nation, is going to be a sophomore now with the new coaching staff. 5'11", 204 pounds. So this secondary is deep. It's loyal. It's experienced. 2 graduates, 2 seniors, a transfer in, sophomores and juniors with talent and potential. It's the best position group on the team, probably, right? Hopefully it's the offensive line and defensive line, but I think the secondary for Michigan going into the spring game has to show why. It's really going to stink too, because they're going to have to prove that they can do well versus Michigan's wide receiver group and tight end group, which I think is going to be really good. And Bryce Underwood. So which dynamic will happen there between that? But this secondary is going to be amazing. All right, I promised special teams. And Michigan beat a lot of crap last year, going 9-3 with the youngest team in the Big Ten last season. And Kyle Whittingham brought everybody back, basically. He held the ship afloat after Sharon Moore and his indignant actions. So Kyle Whittingham kept everyone in float. Michigan went 9-3 last year with the youngest team ever. Now they have competent coaching. And now they have a special teams that is going to be a hell of a lot better than last year, because they lost to the best teams. And let's be honest, a lot of that had to do with Michigan not being able to flip the field punting the ball or make crucial free throws when needed or kick and punt deep in 2025. Special teams have gotten some upgrades, starting with the coach, Kerry Combs, formerly from Ohio State. He enters the portal to Michigan. And we saw Roddy Gale in basketball outperform his stay at Ohio State and helped win Michigan a national title. So, this could happen. Special teams is an important part of all of this. Kicker Trey Bukowski, who's going to be a sophomore, comes in from Pittsburgh after going 20 out of 23 from 3. As a freshman, he only missed 3 field goals. Punter Cam Brown, who is going to be a sophomore, comes in from UNLV after 46 punts for a 44-yard average last year, which would be a massive improvement for Michigan football this upcoming season. The return man is probably going to be Andrew Marsh. He took that role late and flourished. And so I expect him to partake in that again, as he had 4 punt returns for 45 yards, 17 kick returns for 378 yards. But he is probably our most effective weapon on offense for Bryce Underwood, the outside guy. And they have a camaraderie. They're familiar with each other. They did it last year, so you don't want to get that guy hurt. So there has to be other people that step up in the return game, but as far as kicker and punter, it looks good. So there are new coaches, there are new players that are about to step up for this entire team. But the schedule is another thing altogether. And while I think this team is going to be astonishing, so are some of Michigan's opponents coming up this season. So stay tuned for my prediction for this team. But the secondary is going to be elite, and the special teams are going to be a hell of a lot better than last year. At the very least, they could win us a game or two this season instead of costing us games like they did last season. As far as secondary players that are freshmen that could make an impact, you're talking Ernest Nunley, 6 foot, 180 pounds, the number 81 cornerback out of California. He was the number 70 player, though, out of California, so long way to go for him. Jamarian Vincent, 6'2", 165 pounds, number 169 nationally, number 17 at corner, number 22 from the state of Texas. Safety Jordan Deck, 6'3", I love that, 195 pounds, he's got size. The number 31 safety, and number 48 out of Texas. So Texas is loaded, of course, once again. Yeah. The secondary is going to be great. So we'll see. What do you think the team will go for next season as far as record goes? We're going to break it down, but I just want to know what you think before I state what I think. Are they going to go 10-2 and make a playoff? Are they going to go 11-1, 12-0? Are they going to go 9-3 again and miss a playoff again with the new coaching staff? I'd be interested to see what you guys say in the comments below before I state my opinion coming up in the next video. Thank you all for tuning in. Like, share, subscribe. Dependent Fanatic here, signing off with a Go Blue. We got to win it again. It's been too long. 2023.